We are in Henderson, Nevada, and as the sign says, we are going to the NBAA static display of aircraft. These are business aircraft on display at Henderson's Executive Airport, part of the convention that is the Business Aviation Convention and Exposition. Part of it is in Henderson and part of it is at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We are going here to look at the aircraft displayed out of doors. What a colorful entrance. How's this for a convention display or a trade show display? Just walked out to the yard here. Take a look. By the way, I was hungry. I needed lunch. They had a little cafe here where they had sandwiches. So there was one roast beef sandwich left, and I took it to the counter, and that will be $15, ma'am. $15. So there are convention prices, and then there are regular prices. This is a Dassault Falcon 500. It is part of the, go ahead, go right ahead, the Honeywell display to display the avionics in the back of the plane, and I'm told it's just like being at home and having a big electronics center. So we're going to go inside and see what we can see inside this lovely looking airplane. There's a red carpet to the plane and no shoes on the plane. This is what we see upon entering. We had to take our shoes off, but there's plastic on the floor. We're going to walk back because the good stuff we hear is in the back.
Yes. Je suis curieux pour voir le prix.
We have someone speaking French here. Okay, well here's the TV. You can see the seating. Looks like leather seats. More seating. More TV, and I gather you can run your iPad and everything else back here. And because these planes are on display and they're hot, we have air being forced in the back. This is not normally part of the operation. I'm going to turn around here and look to the front of the private jet. So those of us who haven't been in a private jet in a while will enjoy seeing this video. This is what the pilot sees. Well, you can't see through there, you can see through the windows. The previous plane, 10 million used, 35 million new, approximately. This is the Gulfstream exhibit, and it is a large one. And I can read here on this plane, it says Gulfstream Fast Field and Airborne Support Teams. As with many conventions and trade shows, this is a business-to-business event, and here we see private showing in progress. So those of us who are just casual visitors cannot go look inside. We're still in the Gulfstream exhibit, and what is amazing about this, quote, trade show are all the suits. I was invited inside Gulfstream's meeting place here to talk to a communications representative who explained that I probably can't tour any of the 6 aircraft that they brought to this show because they are booked and sometimes double booked with appointments. And I said, so you're selling a lot of airplanes? He said, typically no, although we may sign agreements. What this kind of show does is let people look at the planes, let them make their decision. It kind of pushes the decision down the road. And I asked, how is the private aircraft business doing? Because in the recession, business suffered. And she said, we see it coming back in North America. And look over here, you can see folks all lined up to tour this plane. So Gulfstream is here. I believe she said they have 13 locations worldwide. And they have a big presence here at this show. Lots of folks are taking a picture of this aircraft. This is the kind of the front of the Beechcraft exhibit. And here we have an old ad. This is a stagger wing Beechcraft. And this variety, I guess, was made between 1932 and 1949. This is Steve Sessoms, and I think that his face is going to be dark in my video, but he is a pilot, and he said he has flown everything here. Now tell me, why would you come to this show and look around?
Well, this is a great show for the National Business Aircraft Association. This entails all the corporate side of aviation on the civilian sector. And even though I am an airline pilot with a local airline here, I still have flown quite a few of the airplanes that have been here and are on display today at one point or another in my aviation career.
Well, what is new? What would you be looking for that, or what are you seeing that is new and neat?
Well, the things that are new that I like as a pilot, I've been flying for about 41 years now. I've got about 22,000 hours of flying experience. And what I'm looking at is safety in the flight deck to keep the flight smooth and boring for you. Okay,
good. Who are the major players in this business?
Well, some names you may have heard before. Boeing is one. They brought out a business, what they call a BBJ, Boeing Business Jet. Beechcraft, which is an American-made company, started back in the 30s. Got a nice red airplane over here, dates back to 1935. Type
yeah, we saw that. I saw that.
Beautiful airplane. Of course, that's part of history. We have Learjet out here, which started the whole business jet business, if you will, back in 1963, 64 time frame. I've flown some of their jets. They're great. Beechcraft is great. Boeing's are great. We've got Dassault, Bombardier, from the overseas companies as well, and they're all here representing their equipment, their avionics, their cockpit or flight deck avionics and equipment, the cabin, interior cabin, and all the amenities that are offered for the flying public in this environment.
Okay, you've just written my story for me. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome, Diane. It was fun.
This is part of the Beechcraft exhibit, and this particular airplane is a sort of a new design for Beechcraft, and it is a military plane that they will be introducing in the next couple of years. There are people already interested in it, and I have a lot of information that a man named Rambo, that was his last name, gave me. Anyway, I was attracted because of the shark's teeth, but it is possible that the United States government might want to buy one of these, and who knows. But anyway, it's a Beechcraft military aircraft. This is a Beechcraft King Air C-90. We're going to go inside. The gentleman here explained to me that you could buy one new for something under $4 million. Okay, here we are inside the C-90. And it looks like there are 4 seats here and another one, and maybe this is luggage. And I just came on this aircraft with a man from Sydney, Australia. The gentleman at the last King Air said, come down here. This is the bigger of the planes. It seats 12, and probably the price tag is somewhere around $8 million. So you have to be kind of a successful company or person in order to have one of these in your driveway. This is the area where Learjets are being displayed, and there's a poster here that says, at a time when no one believed there was a sizable market for business jets, Bill Lear invested $12 million of his personal fortune in the development of his dream. The prevailing wisdom was that it would take $100 million in 10 years to build the kind of jet Lear wanted. The only way his team could do it was to skip the prototype phase and go right into production, and so they did. On September 15, 1963, the first ever Learjet rolled out of the hangar. It was a Sunday, but that didn't stop hundreds of employees and their families from coming to watch. And then there's a quote here. They said I'd never build it, that if I built it, it wouldn't fly, that if it flew, I couldn't sell it. Well, I did, and it did, and I could. So this is a large display celebrating the years of Learjet. I'm standing in front of a sign that says the tweet spot. Stand on the spot below for a perfect photo. And it is true. You can see, whoops, a whole lot of planes. All these folks celebrating 50 years of the Learjet are actually in the Bombardier exhibit because this company, a Quebec company, bought Learjet in 2090. And I am told that the name Bombardier is actually a man's name, not bombardment or bombarders or anything like that. So this is a major exhibit from a major company. We're going to take a look in the Bombardier Challenger 300, an aircraft that might be somewhere between $20 and $30 million. Well, we're inside the Challenger and it looks like it is comfortable seating for 8. Again, oh my goodness, they're even, is that champagne? And the glasses and the air conditioning. It looks very comfortable, and the TV screen, and some more visitors. I was told by the gentleman at the other aircraft to come. I have to see the Global 6000. I will love it. Okay, I'm gonna come in. I like this plane already. Look at the goodies. And here's where the boss sits. Or maybe... This is large.
Yeah, the fact that you got no tilt.
Especially when a guy says, "Oh, by the way, I pull a citation once or twice."
Nap time.
But,
Thanksgiving.
That doesn't bother me. See, I had to teach guys
Poker.
to see if I didn't have to tell her.
Wine or champagne.
And that was a problem.
This is big. And group TV, or you can follow your flight as you go along. The time in Bangkok is 6:39, Auckland 12:39. Washroom, and I assume a shower here. With this plane is a tall guy, and he's from Russia, is here, and he can't stand up in this plane, so this may not be for him. Did I say that the Global 6000 would be $55 million, somewhere around there? And I loved it inside. Roomy, comfortable, boy, nice. I'm on a golf cart that is provided to folks who come to this show. It is a courtesy golf cart, and I think that's a good idea because this is a very big show. I was told by one of the folks who knows all about this show that there is a lot of money here. In other words, people who can shop for these kinds of airplanes are folks with lovely bank accounts. So we're going to look as we're riding along. There are both new and used aircraft here, and so if you see an aircraft, even one that's 10 years old that you're interested in, I am sure you can purchase it. There are also live demonstrations of some of the planes taking off and landing in the nearby runways.
Would you like to ride, miss?
This is great. We get to see everything that's going on.
Bus stop would be go through here, out that way. There's the cabs and everything is right over there. Alright, no problem. There you go. Y'all need a courtesy ride?
Embraer, this is a huge, huge plane. Lineage 1000E by Embraer. Wow. And the Legacy 650, another great big aircraft.
Can't leave yet? Okay. Sounds good. I'm just doing my circuit.
Thank you so much.
And I think there's a party going on here because I see a bar.
Anybody need a ride over here? Need a ride?
This is Airbus corporate jets. I don't know if you can see it. Another big display. And in the distance are the planes that are normally parked at this executive airport. Airbus corporate jet, space that goes a long way. The widest and most spacious cabin, delivering unmatched comfort and value. Oh, here's the Airbus from a distance. And here's Cessna, another well-known name. As I'm leaving the show, I was handed a bottle of very cold water. And it tasted wonderful, and I ran into two Las Vegas models who were working this show and having a wonderful time. So, I guess all's well at NBAA.